Hello and welcome to the WIHS Journal Public Affairs program. I'm Jerry Williams. The Connecticut School of Broadcasting is your college alternative for media careers. Their motto, learn by doing in a matter of months, not years. There is no substitute for hands-on experience. Dick Robinson, founder and chairman of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. I was on campus for a documentary and thought, while I'm here, why not interview the president of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, Jim Robinson. And so I did. You can hear that conversation happening now on the WIHS Journal, It's News and Public Affairs. Out and about with Jerry Williams here in Farmington, Connecticut, home of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, also known as CSB. I am in the office of the president of the school, Jim Robinson. Jim, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Nice to see you again. It's been a heck of a week here.
It has.
Explain a little bit about what's been going on.
Well, what's been going on, which is why I'm here. I'm actually doing two birds with one stone. All week long, there was a documentary being filmed here from Monday to Friday. Today is the last day. They wrapped it up, and I was asked to be interviewed, and I came. I said I might as well interview Jim Robinson to help bring awareness about the school. I check in. I'm a graduate, the class of '06. And I've stayed in contact with Jim ever since '06. So I would stop by and do an interview every now and then. I said, it's about time, because it's been about 3 years maybe or so since
I think the last one was that good one, when the Alliance had that meeting.
Yes. But we are here at the historic Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Historic.
1964.
Right.
What were you experiencing as a young Jim Robinson in the home of Dick Robinson at the genesis at the start of the school?
Oh, man, I tell you, it was an interesting way to grow up, because we always had the big voices in the house.
Yeah.
And I had a little voice. I was a little kid, and I didn't understand all these big voices, and this is the way you need to sound, and that's the way. It was very intimidating growing up with all those great voices of Connecticut. They were all buddies. They all hung out, and we grew up doing play-by-play. We would have broadcasts in the house during Super Bowls or during World Series, and people would just play sportscaster, but everybody sounded so great. And then there was little old me with my squeaky voice that had the wavy L's, and I couldn't really speak. Yeah, it was interesting. It was intimidating. It's probably why I got into video production.
Do you know what inspired your father to get into media?
So he got into media, and that's a story, number one, he should tell, because it's a phenomenal story. So someday you got to interview him. But so he got into broadcasting. His parents died at a very young age, his mother and then his father a couple years later. But he was, I don't want to say homeless, but he was traveling around in a car. He fell in love with radio, because radio is what kept him company, Wow. And he wanted to be a part of that family. That was going to become his new family. That's the way it started. He drove from radio station to radio station. So he would do one stint up in, Maine or whatever, and then another one down, and then the jobs got steadier for him, and he went to SPR, and then he went to Ware, and then he came to Connecticut, and that's where he truly became Dick Robinson.
Where was your father born and raised?
Massachusetts.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and the man, again, he's my father, but he's also just a great man. But he is somebody who, at a very young age, 16 years old, he's running a roller coaster in Revere Beach in Massachusetts, and he gets beat up by these guys that think that he's trying to pick up their girlfriends or something like that. And all the blood backs up into his lungs. He gets rushed to the hospital. They do an emergency trach on him, and it scars his vocal cords, and he's told he's never going to speak again. Could you imagine, what would have been different if he never got into radio? And he was not devastated, but, hearing that, he thought, what else am I going to do? Because all he knew was radio, because that's what he listened to in his car when he slept. And, it all started from that.
So he moved to Connecticut. What's the genesis of him desiring to start a school?
So people would call the radio station and say, hey, how can I do what you do, And he thought, maybe I should put together some sort of a training program. And it started at the hotel I think it was a Sonesta, what it was called, in Hartford. And he started the program, and 2 people showed up, 4 people showed up, then 6, and then he decided, all right, I think I need to get a license for this. So we contacted the state boards of education. He got a license. He got a space. Thus born was Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
In 1964.
Yeah.
Right here in Farmington. And so we're in this new building. When I was here, we were in the building about, 2-3 miles away from here.
Yeah, 130 Birdseye.
Yeah, that's
but it all started in downtown Hartford, 785 Main Street.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it started in Hartford.
Yeah, three floors above the radio station he worked at.
If you're just joining us, I am with Jim Robinson, president of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, also known as CSB. So let's talk about the school.
Yeah.
Why the Connecticut School of Broadcasting over, say, like a 4-year university?
Number one, I'll never put down any type of educational facility or institution, because any way you can feed your brain, it's great. But even, back 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, it's always been a little tough to handle 4-year type institution because of the money that gets involved. And especially in today's world, you can spend $110,000, $120,000 on a college education, and the metric doesn't quite work. Whereas if you want to become a plumber, if you want to become carpentry, or you want to get into mechanics, or, whatever, broadcasting, media, content generation, is our world. But trade schools, it's more of a fast track. It's more of a quick way in, and you don't have the burden of all that college debt. Now, I'm not going to put down college. Again, any way you can feed your brain, that's the most important thing in life. And hopefully as you go through life, like I do, like you do, Jerry, you're always learning.
Right.
Whether or not you're in school, you're out of school. I mean, life is just a bunch of lessons. And that's what you do, is you just keep learning and moving along. But there are non-traditional ways to get into the business where you don't have to be riddled with all that quote-unquote debt.
And it's hands-on.
It's hands-on.
And working with industry professionals.
Working with industry professionals. Your networking starts on day one. We don't dilly-dally around. You're straight into the studios. So day one, you're in the video studios. You're working with the cameras. You're working in the master control rooms. Then it's the radio studios, remote cameras, software like Adobe Audition, Adobe Premiere, which is going over all your listeners' heads.
You also, back when I was here in 06, you helped with resumes and job placement.
We still do that, yeah. And, when you walk up and down these halls, we're a school for the student, I mean, it's all about the student and their success. That's our currency. That's what makes us who we are. If the students aren't getting jobs, then what are we here for?
Is it still available? Like, if you have a daytime job, you could take night courses.
Yeah, you can still
You have
do
an
nighttime.
option between day or nights. Explain that.
So our broadcast media, which is our legacy program, we have a 16-week program that's nights, Monday and Wednesday nights, and we have a daytime program, which is our faster track. It's 8 weeks, 4 days a week. So instead, one's 4 days, that's 8 weeks, 2 days, double the time, 16 weeks.
Any closing remarks you'd like to convey to our listening audience in regards to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting?
If broadcasting is something you're passionate about, filmmaking something you're passionate about, you own a business and you want to know how to run your social media, whatever the case might be, if you're looking to educate yourself, just put us in the mix. And you'll see if we're right for you. You'll feel it when you walk into the door of any institution. You'll feel what the best choice is for you. All we ask is that you just put us in the mix.
Amen. Folks, I was part of the class of 06. The very next year in 07, I was at WIHS Radio, where I'm still 18 years.
104.9.
Your station for hope and encouragement.
There you go.
He's Jim Robinson. Jim, thank you for your time.
All right. You enjoy.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
And you just heard my conversation with Jim Robinson, president of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. If you would like more information about what you heard today, call WIHS 860-346-1049, 860-346-1049. I'm Jerry Williams for the WIHS Journal. It's news and public affairs.